How to think like a millionaire, even when you're broke. They told you that success begins when the bank account is full. They told you that wealth is a product of luck, of inheritance, of circumstances beyond your control. They told you that you must have before you can become. But the truth is far more dangerous to the comfortable and far more empowering to the hungry. The truth is that wealth is not the consequence of money. It is the consequence of thought. A millionaire's fortune begins long before the first dollar arrives. It begins as an invisible empire built in the mind, brick by brick, idea by idea, belief by belief. The broke man who learns to think like a millionaire is like a seed learning it is destined to be a mighty oak. The world may still see the seed, but within it, the forest is already alive. Close your eyes for a moment and strip away the noise of your reality. Forget the overdue bills, the empty wallet, the worn-out shoes, the hum of scarcity that has followed you like a shadow. See yourself not as you are, but as you could be, as you will be. Picture it so vividly that your heart starts to beat with the rhythm of that future. That is the birthplace of all fortunes. Andrew Carnegie walked into America with nothing but the clothes on his back and an accent so thick most could barely understand him. But within him was a treasury of thoughts so rich that the steel industry itself bent to his will. Henry Ford did not ask the world for permission to create the motor car for the common man. He decided it, he built it in his mind, and then forced reality to obey. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times in the eyes of the world, but in his own mind, he had already seen the light bulb glowing before the first filament was ever tested. They were broke in the beginning, not just in money, but in resources, in status, in influence, but their thoughts were never poor. Their thinking was an unshakable currency, and it multiplied daily. You may not have gold in your hands today, but you must have gold in your mind. The man who thinks rich and acts poor is far wealthier than the man who thinks poor and acts rich. The first is building, the second is decaying. If you think like a millionaire while you're broke, you are not faking it, you are forging it. You are aligning every neuron, every habit, every drop of your willpower to a vision that does not yet exist in the physical world, but already rules your inner world. And whatever rules the mind, in time, will rule the material. Scarcity is not a lack of resources, it is a lack of imagination. The man in the desert does not die of thirst because there is no water around him. He dies because he cannot see the path to the oasis. The millionaire mind sees paths others miss. It sees opportunity where others see walls. It hears no and translates it into not yet. If you are broke, you have been given a gift that few recognize, the gift of hunger. Hunger sharpens the mind, clears the nonsense, and forces you to look at the world with a predator's eyes. And predators don't wait for the world to feed them. They stalk, they create, they take. You must decide, not wish, not hope, but decide that your thinking will no longer be shaped by your present conditions. If your wallet dictates your self-image, you are enslaved to it. But if your vision dictates your self-image, your wallet will be forced to catch up. Think about the skyscraper. Before the first steel beam is raised, the architect has already built the entire tower in his mind. Every floor, every window, every staircase. The world sees a muddy construction site. The architect sees the finished skyline. The millionaire mind is the same. It sees the finished fortune, while the rest of the world sees debt and scarcity. And here is the paradox. When you think like a millionaire while broke, the world will resist you. They will laugh, they will mock, they will call you delusional. Let them. Their disbelief is a mirror reflecting their own limitations. Your belief must be so absolute that it becomes immune to their doubt. Because there will come a day, and it will come if you persist, when they will no longer call you crazy. They will call you lucky. They will rewrite your story in their minds to make themselves comfortable. They will say you had connections, or that you just had it in you. They will never understand that what you had in you was there long before the world ever saw proof. The millionaire mind is not born from comfort. It is born from defiance. Defiance against the evidence, against the statistics, against the whispers of you can't. It is born in the dark and built in silence. And when it finally steps into the light, it blinds those who doubted it. You must not wait to think rich until you are rich. That is the slow death of potential. You must think rich when you have nothing, because that is when your thinking is purest. That is when it's forged in the fires of necessity. That is when every ounce of your focus, discipline, and vision is sharpened like a blade. And when you think like that, money does not become the goal. Money becomes the consequence.